My family is not too keen on education. We are a business family. A lot of my other cousin brothers, they did not even end up completing 12th. So the focus on my education was not a lot. I did what I had to. I did not even know about my career choices till very late. Some of my family relatives who were settled in Mumbai came to our place and they saw the potential and they suggested my father to send me to a boarding school. So that happened, and when I went there, it was a very, very big shock for me. So I'm Amber Jain. I come from a small town in the Sagar district of Madhya Pradesh. I grew up in a joint family and there were like 25 people, other people around me. It was really fun growing up there. I come from a conservative Jain family, so the moral traditions, how we have lived life, it's very different from somebody who has only grown up in a metropolitan area, right? That's the family background I had. Then I went to a boarding school in 9th and 10th standard, so I've been out of my home for the last 12 years. So when I came here finally, it wasn't that big of a change for me. It was for some people I know. Then I did my BTech in Information Technology from a state engineering college in Madhya Pradesh. I did not have the best JEE rank, so I had to settle for that. After that, I got placed at Deloitte, USI. So I worked there for 2 years. I gave my CAT once in my first year in Deloitte. I did not get the score I wanted and not the colleges I wanted, so I gave it again and I landed up here. My family is not too keen on education. We are a business family and all our generations have been involved in business. A lot of my other cousin brothers, they did not even end up completing 12th. So the focus on my education was not a lot. I did what I had to. I did not have a lot of guidance growing up, or I did not even know about my career choices till very late. Once I started doing engineering, that's when I knew what engineering was all about. So it was like that for me. People had set plans preset for me that they wanted me to do a certain thing, be a certain way. But how things shaped out later is that I ended up going against everybody's wishes, but in a good way. And they were really proud of me, but yeah, I proved everybody wrong. So I used to do really good in my school till 8th. I was like a big fish in a small pond. It's a very small school. There were about 600, 700 people there in the entire school. I used to feel good about that. But then some of my family relatives who were settled in Mumbai came to our place and they saw the potential and they suggested my father to send me to a boarding school, an ICSE boarding school. So that happened, and when I went there, it was a very, very big shock for me because I thought of myself to be the topper person, always first, don't have to put in that much effort. But when I went there and I saw the competition, I realized that what I have learned till now is not gonna cut it. What I have been till now is not gonna cut it. And that was at the age of, 14. I was really young at that time, and I had not experienced outside, and I had not interacted with people who had come from such diverse and different places. I don't know, that triggered a personality or something, growth in me. That's how I got this attitude. I got a lot of good qualities in me because of those 2 years of experience away from my family in a strange location. Environment has a huge part to play in what you turn out to be later on. The environment that I was initially in was more focused towards business, was not that heavily focused on education. It was more focused towards religion, tradition and values. There was a lot of support, care and trust as well. So I think I took those paths. Those helped me grow a lot. When I went to that school, I realized that I had to leave these other paths if I wanted to go where I'm seeing my peers, the things I see in my peers, the things I envy or covet in what they have in their personality. So when I saw that, I realized that I'll have to grow out of the shell that I was in and inculcate or imbibe some new values in me. Be that to go there to just be, have that in my personality, to have that in myself. I knew that I had to leave some of the values behind. So I think that's what I did. It was sort of a metamorphosis phase for me. What I've turned out to be, what my life has shaped out to be over these last 10 years that I've been away from home, I think that has helped me a lot in coping with what IIM Lucknow has to offer. IIM Lucknow is fondly known as hell because of the academic rigor that it puts its students through. But I don't think it has been that rigorous for me because of all the experiences that I've inculcated and the dynamic aspects in my personality. So I think it has been okay. According to me, every opportunity or every adverse opportunity is an opportunity for you to grow. Those opportunities offer me exactly the moment and exactly the stage for me to develop those qualities. I think it's a lot about your attitude and a lot about faith in yourself, that no matter the situation, you're going to come out of it unscathed. You're going to learn a lot. It might be very difficult for a while. You might lose out on sleep. You might lose out on your peace of mind for some time. But when you come out of it, you'll be a better person. And because I know that I have been through that phase at a very early stage in life, and I know how it turns out to be in the end. So whenever a situation like that comes, I just go back to those moments, go back to those really scary moments as a kid, and see that, it all worked out in the end. The effort I put in, the amount of sleepless nights, the amount of anxiety, it was all for nothing. At the end, it all worked out. So I've been reading for almost my entire life. I read still here when I do not even have time. That's my favorite pastime to do. That helped me a lot in structuring my thoughts, being very creative, and getting ideas about the question that I was writing in a way that nobody else would have gotten. I did not get a call from Ahmedabad. I was waitlisted for Bangalore and Calcutta, and I did not end up converting those. My best shots were IIM Lucknow and FMS Delhi. It's a difficult choice to make because both have their advantages, both have their disadvantages. So the choice for me boiled down to that I was going to get the ROI that people talk about. I was going to make that money back in my life over a period of time. FMS did not have a campus. FMS also did not have the brand of IIMs. And IIM Lucknow has a better brand image and brand equity than FMS in my eyes and in the eyes of people that I spoke to about while making this decision. So that was the decision I came to, and I chose IIM Lucknow for that. IIM Lucknow is actually a hell in terms of rigor. But once you come here, I think you get used to it. It becomes a part of you, and the things that it prepares you for, I think you don't get that experience anywhere else. And the people here are just amazing. They are in the same boat with you. When you're at your most vulnerable, that's when you form the deepest bonds. So Lucknow will give you those moments to be vulnerable. The rigor here will be, you are forced to work 12 hours, 14 hours, 16 hours every day for a very extended period of time. And I think that will create a very good habit in you. If you haven't been through that transformation phase already, the experience at Lucknow is going to transform you, and you're going to return a very better version of yourself from Lucknow. Currently, there's a lot going on in Lucknow. You have your academics, you have your festivals going on, you have your committee selections, you have your case submissions, you have your assignments. So every day here is very different. There's 10 deadlines that you have to get to towards the end. But it's all very enjoyable because you're working with people who are on the same frequency with you. You form a bond with them, you go have dinner with them, you have all your meals of the day with them, you hang out with a lot of different people because all of these involve a very different group of people. You learn from them and you just have a lot of fun doing all of this. So once I got my CAT score, I was like, okay, now the difficult part is done, now I can chill. But then the interview phase came. I thought, okay, this is worse than CAT, but once this is done, I'll chill. Once I got into Lucknow, I realized what actual rigor meant, what actual hard work meant. So what I had thought was hard work before that was nothing compared to the life I've had here and the amount of fun I've had here. I thought that I've lived a very good life. I have experienced a lot of things. I've had a lot of fun in my life because I've been out for the last 12 years. Lucknow is known for its rigor. And I'll say this, the harder you work here, the harder you party here. If my life was a book, the title might be I Proved You Wrong.